Hey YouTube, it's Gamerdadster, and the clicking in the background you hear is Gamer Lemur pounding away on the mouse. So today I thought I'd do a quick run through of Minetest again. Wanted to show a few interesting things. I'm running my servers virtually. So this is my actual server itself. I'm running it under VMware, and it has two cores. So two CPUs, and it's not that bad actually. It's pretty quick. So that's the management console, and what I've done is I've set up two worlds. So I've set up this one here, as you can see, and this one here. So these two worlds are running simultaneously on that virtual machine, and this is world one, and this is world two. And what I'm going to show you is on World 1, for example, there are some maps. So in the actual Minetest software, there are utilities that you can draw maps through the command line. For example, here's an example of the command line that you can draw maps with. And to draw this jungle map, actually, this was the command that was used to draw the map, except for it'll be version 1. That's version 2. So the reason I did version 2 is I'm going to go and explore this area over here with you quickly, and then I'm going to run the command again so you can see the map. All right, so that's the map, and each pixel apparently is one node. So the area that we're in right here on the map is somewhere right here on the map, and I did opened up another version of that so you could see it blown up. So there's my tree fort that overlooks the rest of the forest and this big little valley thing. And here's two other places that I've built stuff. So I'm going to get rid of these. I'm going to get rid of this map. And I'm going to show you this map here. This map here is my other world over here. So if you look at this world here, you see the buildings, not the buildings, but the landscape rather, is absolutely unbelievable. Talk about crazy exaggerations of landscaping. Minecraft can't even come close to this. The heights that you can go there's no bounds on the Minetest. So the world size can be crazy big. You can go as high as you want. The sky's the limit, literally. And so is the bottom. You can dig down for a long time, and from east to west, it's unbelievable. One of the other things I've done is I've cranked up the window for the day. So you can see the sun's rising, and it's going to rise and set very fast, somewhere in the range of 4 minutes, because I've got tired of it being night for like 10 or 15 minutes. So the cycle, I actually turned it up on the server. So the whole day night sequence is about, I think, around 8 minutes max total, 4 to 8 minutes. I didn't do the exact math yet. So as you can see from this landscape, it is quite extreme, quite extreme. And I've explored a little bit more on this world, but I'm just going to try and get to a little higher point of vantage so that you can have a better idea of what this place looks like. There you go. There's some vantage, and I'm going to show you this video this picture right here. So we're down in around this area right here, and that's what you're seeing over here. Now, if you go not too far, you can see the landscape turn. So we're like in a winter, barren, absolute desolate area, and not that far north, I presume north, is this area up here where you start to see green land, green grass. And as you proceed a little further north, south, whatever, the forest starts to grow as there's more grass and more dirt on top of the sand. So for some reason in Minetest, I'm guessing part of the formulas, I'm going to have to look into that, is when they're calculating trees and that, I mean, you're not going to grow trees on rock, obviously. So that area there is a barren wasteland down below here. Makes sense, no trees. And as there's more grass and more soil on top of the sand here, you get more forest. So that's this world here. I'm going to ditch this one here because I don't need it at the moment. And by the way, each server comes with its own little text block that tells you everything that's going on. So when I close it, for example, this one will disappear. So there we go. So we're going to continue with this one here. I'm going to pick a direction to go in, and I'm just going to walk like mad. So let's go in this direction right here. Well, there's one of the two little houses that you saw earlier on. Spawn is like right around over here somewhere. So if I die, I'll just show up over here. So let's just turbo it as fast as we can. And this one here, the jungle is so dense, it's unbelievable. It's actually crazy how dense the jungle is here. You can't see the trees for the trees. There's so many trees. So now it looks like we're getting to that water that you saw on the map way out there. And oh my god, look how far down it is. And we're going to die big time if I go off there. Because that's just way too far down. Oh, there we go. I didn't die. Well, that was lucky. And the water is very kind of neat underneath as well, because as you can see, you can actually, there is visibility underwater, which is very nice. Not a feature without a hack or a mod on Minecraft or shaders. And even the shaders don't quite give you this kind of clarity. I mean, you can see the whole thing. And this is interesting, the jungle forest, the wood. The trees are actually growing in the water. That's phenomenal. All right. I'm kind of hoping that the day cycle will turn shortly so that you can see the day cycle. And there's probably very little likelihood that I'm going to be able to find my way back. And there'll be very little likelihood that I'm going to be able to... very little likelihood without death getting back to my spawn. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pause this now, and I'm going to switch over to the screen that has the server, and I'm going to generate the new map of what we see. So if you listen in the background, you're going to hear a fan going off. That's actually my server, and the CPU does spike up to the point where the fan does come on. So here we go. I'm going to run it now. There we go. I can hear the fan from here. I don't know if you can hear it or not in the background. It's 13 seconds. It's actually quite a lot of computation to do these maps. So while that's working, I'm going to open the server to the directory where that lives. It's drawing out the image, and the image just showed up. So I'm going to open it up now, and there you go. So you see, we started out over here. We went down here. And it automatically exposed this area here. So this is the area I presume that we're looking at right now. We can just do it a little bit further and just add to that map a little bit, because I'm curious about the terrain. I really do like the terrain on Minetest. It's actually quite phenomenal. It's so exaggerated, it's not funny. And I do like the, there are shaders available for this, but this here, the video that you're watching now, is without any shaders at all. And the clarity and the speed, let me tell you, the speed is something else. Yes, this is a quite powerful machine I'm running, but the CPU is basically bored. Let me just see if I can sit somewhere without drowning for a second. And I'll bring up Task Manager for you and show you how insignificant it is. Am I going to drown here? Yeah, I better go over here. All right, I'm just going to bring up Task Manager here, and I'm going to show you. So Minetest is running 3% of my CPU. The actual video recording software is running twice the amount, 7% of the CPU. So to record this video, it's taking twice the horsepower to record it than to actually play the game. So that's absolutely phenomenal. So what I'll do is I'll drag the map over again, and I'll create a third version of this page. And this should allow us to see a little bit more of the map, and then we'll know the definite direction in which we've gone. In the meantime, let's just explore this a little bit more. I can see some really good places to build structures and stuff like this on this map. There's a lot of high points and valleys, and there seems to be enough water here. I really do like these trees. And by the way, the jungle trees, they're phenomenal. There's so much wood in the jungle tree, it's not funny. And the number of planks that it supplies is nuts. And by the way, this area over here is the area that we came from. I've set the distance pretty much to max. You can see a phenomenal distance right now. I'm going to have to die, so why don't I do that? I'm just going to go drown myself. That way we can get back to spawn. And while that's doing, I'm going to pull up the map number 3. So we're almost dead. So we must be on this lake here. So we're probably coming to the end of it. We're probably up around this area right here. That was the bay that we saw over here. So if we look over here, there's a bay there. Yeah, so that's that bay right there. So we're standing right here, and that's the bay, the area that you see on the screen right now. And that's, yep, and that's the way out over there. So that would be this way here, and that's those two sides there. So I'm going to respawn now. That'll bring us back to where we started off here. It's always a challenge to find my buildings in this, because there's so many darn trees. I can't always find where I built. I built away from spawn, and as a result, sometimes I can't even find my little tree fort. I do find I have to go exploring sometimes, and I do find some interesting things as a result of taking off and exploring. I think I'm getting close to it. Yep, there it is there. So I'm going to end this video off in going up in the tree fort I built. And the reason I wanted to do that is because I wanted to show you the distance that you can see with this without any real serious CPU power. Now where is my darn tree fort? There it is. Alright. So as you saw on that map, I brought up jungle map 1. Let's bring up jungle map 1. Where is it? Right here. Yeah. If we zoom in on this area over here, where is it? Where is it? Where is it? There it is, right there. That is where that tree fort is. So this tree fort here that you see this big hole in the ground, and there's the tree fort. If you look at this picture, you'll see there's the tree fort, and there is that big hole in the ground. It's funny though, you don't see the bridge across across here that I'm standing on right now, but I guess it is what it is. So I'm going to go back up over here before it turns to dark, and I'm going to go up the ladder. And I think I mentioned this on the last video. The one thing I like about this, if you press the space bar, you climb, you press the shift key, you decline. If you let go of the keyboard altogether, as I'm doing right now, you don't fall to your death, or you don't automatically slide down the ladder. You stay exactly where you are. So it's kind of like climbing a ladder in real life. If you stop climbing, you don't start falling down the ladder. So much more realistic. And so here is the view that you get. Now, it could be because this is an already generated server. I don't seem to see the distance that I would have expected. The other tree forts are right over in this area over here. And that would have been the direction that we went, because there's the other valley over there. So that's what that is. Anyway, if you like, please subscribe. I hope one day that I can change the name of this channel once I get 100 subscribers, from gibberish hex codes to Gamerdadster gaming or something like that. Have a great one. Thanks. Bye.